Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry, and today we are going to have another live broadcast. So that's two in a row now that I've done. And so I want to just thank you guys and really appreciate we've got already 6 people in here, which is awesome. Want to just start off by saying we try to keep this to 30 to 45 minutes now. I've been urged to make it a little longer. So I'm trying to do that. And today I've got a special guest that's going to be joining us that will help me with that. But otherwise, we're going to try to stay on point and do a 30 to 35-minute show. Want to say hi to Stuka Joe, who's in the house. So Stuka is one of those guys that kind of inspired me into becoming one of these content creators, as they say. And I really am inspired by him. Christoph, one of my favorite guys on the planet. We play games together all the time. And just for a quick sneak thing, he might be joining us a little later. Puerto Rico and Belgium in the house. That's awesome. Hey, Joe, how are you, buddy? And thank you for joining the show. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. And we'll start off by what's going to happen in this episode. So this week, I finished my War Room Challenge game number 5. So that's in the books. We're going to talk about a little FOMO thing that's going on the internet now. And FOMO, for those of you who don't know, is fear of missing out. Then we're going to talk about, I was on the War Room last week, which was really cool. Then we're going to do a new segment on the show called Roll Call, where Christoph's going to join us. And that is 5 questions in 10 minutes about somebody's wargaming experience and that sort of thing. So I'll be reaching out to some of you because I'm going to try to do this every week so the gaming community can learn a little bit about the regular folks that play the games and that sort of thing. Then we're going to talk about a VASSAL update, that where I'm at on that. I'm becoming a Compass game fanboy, and I'll explain that to you. And then the main topic is going to be convention gaming. And when we get to that, we're going to talk about what kind of conventions do you like to do? What do you like to do when you're at a convention? Have you attended a convention? Those sorts of things. And then, of course, we'll wrap it up by just thanking everybody for their support. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I finished I, Napoleon. So that was my War Game Challenge game number 5. Just for a quick thing, I really enjoyed that game a little more than I really thought I was going to. It's card driven. You've got to, when you flip a card, you have to make sure it's not a game for those who don't like to read and don't like to comprehend what you're reading, because every card triggers something else. And then you've got this big board and you kind of go through his life, right? I played it 3 times through, and one time I died really quick. The other time I made it almost to the end. And then the second time I had to kind of cut it short because my Godzilla cat decided to cut it short. I forgot to put the cover on top, and he jumped up on the table and took it all out. So you got to love those cats, even though I do love my cat. Next up, though, is game number 6, and I'm going to be playing The Lamps Are Going Out by, guess who? Compass Games. And I like World War I games, as you guys know. But this game's a little different. I've got it set up. In fact, this is my setup already in the background. So I will start. I've been reading the rules a little bit, and I will start on this sometime this week. Or I'm sorry, no, I won't start it next week, and I'll explain that too. So I'm going camping this weekend, and then next weekend I will be on a motorcycle trip for the whole week. So next week's show will be recorded. I've already got it recorded, and then I'll be back the following week with the live show, and that's when I'll start Lamps Are Going Out. So, but yeah, that's going to be my next War Game Challenge game. The fear of missing out. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with this term. It's big here in the States. I don't know if it's big anywhere else, but it's that thing where you want to join in just because you're going to miss out on something that you think is going to be very exciting. And I'm kind of there with Fields of Fire, but I'm kind of not, if that makes any sense. I tried to play the original Fields of Fire, and how do I say this without being mean? It was a train wreck. the rules were just horrible. I didn't like it at all. Very hard to get into. I play pretty crunchy games, and they were a mess. But now, of course, the internet is getting flooded with Fields of Fire content, and everybody's saying, "Oh, the rule book's so much better, the game's so much better." So now I'm starting to get that fear of, well, do I get the game? Do I not get the game? Am I going to miss out on something here? So I guess one of the things I want to do is I want to watch some replays, which I've been watching, but I want to see, have you guys ordered the game? Have you guys played the game? What are your thoughts are of that? And Robert brings up a good point. War game publishers, right? This is what makes and I think with anything, I ride motorcycles, motorcycle guy, manufacturers are the same way, right? But it's this game, I don't think I would have I guess the reason I don't have as much of it is because of the bad experience I had before. And I just, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I think I don't know. I'm going to wait and see on this one. Stuka Joe says, I have the original. Yeah, and that's true, Stuka. I don't have either copy, so I would have to purchase a copy. Some of the, everybody says it's much better. So again, I'm hoping it is. I do love the rule book and the way it's in the spiral bound. I wish every rule book was done that way. It just makes it so much more convenient. Robert, you got it. Still in the shrink. Well, let me know what you think. Christoph, it's a tough cookie. So that's what's scaring me, Christoph, is I play with you fairly often, and if you think it's crunchy, then yeah, I could be in trouble. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. You and I'll need to talk and see what your thoughts are on it. But like I said, I just wanted to see if you guys had purchased it. If not, had you thought about purchasing it? Is it something that's going to be on your wish list? So last weekend, I don't know if you guys got to see, but I was actually on, what's Jonathan say here? Jonathan says, I'm really looking forward to, yeah. And I know a lot of people who are looking forward to it and who've already purchased it. And so, yeah, it's, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys say. But last week, I actually got to participate in the War Room. And for those of you who don't know, it's a Saturday show that's on from 4 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. And ID Jester, Nate, and Rough Swordsman usually put it on. And Rough was at PunchCon last week, and so they asked me to fill in. Had a great time, really enjoyed it. I hope I didn't come across as too stiff or too much of a fuddy. You never know what it's going to look like. But really thought I had but it was fun. It was a great time. I like those guys. It's a fun show. I think part of the fun of that show is just reading all the comments where people are watching the show. It's pretty funny. That's kind of my goal, is to get people to watch the show and comment like that, because the comments in that show are hilarious. It's just it's nonstop fun with everybody. So folks, I decided to come up with this new section called Roll Call. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite people who play games to come on, and within 10 minutes, I'm going to ask them 5 questions. And I don't know if I'm going to mix the questions up or if I'm going to keep them the same. But this week, I asked Christoph to join us. So I'm going to add him into our chat here. Hey, Christoph, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. And I just, first of all, thank you for being the inaugural person for my roll call segment. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
And so are you playing Fields of Fire now, or are you just reading the rules?
I just finished playing Fields of Fire. I had it for 5 weeks on my table.
What did you think?
I put it to rest.
You put it to rest?
Yeah.
Was it because you just didn't want to play it anymore, or did you want to just give it a break?
No, it's the rules are now in my head. If I play too much and keep occupied with that game, it gets a bit too much. So
I
now
get it.
I put it away and let the rules sink in.
So what are you going to play next?
For the moment, I have Stalingrad, Advance to the Volga.
Oh boy, have you won that? That's a tough game.
Yeah, that's a good game.
It is a good game. It's
I
one of my
never won
favorites.
that game.
Have you won?
I play it 10 times already, and I lost 10 times. So
Wow.
still waiting for a victory.
So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna take up everybody's time. Well, thanks, Dave. I think it's a good idea too. I think we get to that way we get to see people who actually play games and things like that. So really, so the first question I'm going to ask you there, Christoph, is so first of all, where are you calling in from, and how long have you been a wargamer?
Well, I'm from Belgium. Not a nation, not a country that is familiar with war games. We play Euro games in Belgium a lot. It's booming, but war games are not so well known in Belgium. And I play war games for 2 years and a half now.
That's awesome. So how long have you been playing? So you've just been playing games for 2.5 years, huh? War games?
Yeah, I played all different kinds. I like abstract games like chess.
Okay. I'm horrible at chess. No wonder you beat me because I'm bad at chess.
No, you are in a better position with enemy Kharkov. It's
So
gonna be a hard battle for me.
it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's so what was the first war game that got you hooked?
Well, it's a little story. So I played a lot of games, Euro games, and I was completely not aware of the concept war game. I didn't knew it existed. And me and my girlfriend went to a shop in Belgium to buy a game. We were walking around, and all of a sudden I saw this game, Memoir 44.
Okay.
Immediately, the cover, it attracted me, and I bought it, the game, put it home, and both me and my girl, we absolutely loved that game. We played hundreds of times that game, and it was always a good battle between us. She was very good in that game.
I
And
saw
then
that.
through Memoir 44, I start looking on YouTube. Are there any games like that? Because I like it. It's a true story. The first one I met on YouTube was Stuka Joe. He made videos on Memoir 44. He made a solo system. And actually, through Stuka Joe, I was introduced in the wargaming. Then I met Rolf Swordsman, wargamer, and he was talking about Warfighter. So that was my second game I bought, and from there on it continued. And now
Well,
for the moment,
it's kind of funny you say that.
I have about 30 war games.
Wow. And because I noticed I was at Origins, I think it was, and I saw somebody had a huge battle of it set up, and
Yeah.
it looked like so much fun. I mean, these guys had big maps. I mean, it was crazy how much they had set up. So you and I need to play that. I have that game. I've never played it.
Oh,
So
I really like it. The base game is very simple.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the more expansions you have, the more complicated it becomes.
Right.
It
Just like
can,
all other games, right?
yeah, it's also with supply and airdrops, and yeah, it can become really complicated. So, and also the miniatures. Who doesn't
Right.
like little tanks?
So going forward here, so do you prefer to play solo, face to face, online? What's your favorite part of playing? Did I lose you?
You were falling away. I didn't hear you.
So, do you prefer solo, face-to-face games, online? What's your favorite part?
Yeah, my main occupation, I learned that over time. I really like the solitaire war games. It's just me. I can take all the time I want. If I don't want to play 1 day or 2 days, I just leave the game. I set it up on the table. So it's my own tempo, it's my own. So I like the solitaire, but I also like the face to face on VASSAL. It's a new experience for me. Besides Memoir 44, I tried to introduce my girlfriend to other war games, but she doesn't like it. It's too abstract, she said. While with Memoir 44, it's with tanks and with soldiers, and she likes it. So
Well,
I
cool. Yeah.
tried to introduce her to war games, but no. So I played it always solo or two-handed. So my main occupation is solo. I really love that, and face to face is now coming on Vessel. I got an invitation from another Belgian 2 weeks ago, and we are going to play games on Vessel. So
That's awesome, and that's good to hear. I have to say I love playing with you. It's been Kharkov's been fun. So,
yeah,
okay, here's a big one for you. What's your biggest shelf of shame title? And so that means the game that's sitting on your shelf, but you haven't played it.
yeah. Well, I have about, like I said, I have about 30 war games, and there is one game I don't play. I don't know why. It's a good game. I hear lots of good about it. It's a game of Mr. Blanchett. I'm not sure what his first name is. Craig Blanchett. It's this one. Kharkov Battles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's. It doesn't appeal to me. The counters are very small, and I have a problem with the command. I don't know. I don't know.
So I've seen that game set up once. And I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of those tiny counters. It's almost like the 1990s and 1980s revisited when it comes to those little counters. If I remember correctly, though, I think the board's really nice, right?
Yeah. It's basically a good game, and I am more interested. I have the most games on the Russian front, Stalingrad and Kharkov. I have the most games about that theater. And this is also Kharkov battles, but there is something, it doesn't appeal to me. So, and I hear good things about it. It's not a bad game, I think, but that's my self-shame.
Okay. So the last thing here, let's see. Robert says Kharkov Battles is on my shelf of shame too. Plus, I picked up Spring Prelude. So yeah, I mean, I think we all have some of those games, right? That are just, they look good, and I'm sure they're good games. You just don't, they just don't appeal to you. So my last thing here before we let you go is finish this sentence. Wargaming is at its best when
it is shared.
So like when you're playing with other people?
Yeah, when the thing I learned of wargaming, it's a community. And you don't have that with other games. Euro games, you have maybe forums, but wargamers, we all stick together. I have the feeling. For instance, Rolf Swordsman couldn't make it in the war room, and you were invited in. So, and you have that also with game designers. All those designers, they work together, they know each other, they help each other out. So it's a community. So wargaming is when it is shared. like conventions now. I believe Compass Games convention is up right now.
Yeah,
So
that
people are connecting, and I saw some pictures on Facebook, and there are VUCA games open, there are GMT games are open, and it's an event organized by Compass. So it's the same. We are all connected with each other
you know,
on
I I think
battlefield.
that right. I think that's a great answer because I really do feel that that's the case. Is one of the things that well, I mean, look how you and I got together. I mean, I remember watching RAF playthrough from Stuka Joe, and back when I was getting back into it. It's just, I think one thing I love about the wargaming community is it's very supportive. 99.5% of the people are great,
Yeah,
and I think it just says a lot about our hobby. So.
yeah,
Well, with that being set up, I want to thank you again, Christoph, for being my first roll call person.
yeah.
So
That's an honor.
really do appreciate that. And then, I'll be talking to you soon because we'll be playing our face-to-face game. And
Yes,
again, just thank you guys. Everybody, make sure you go say hi to Christoph when you see him out in the internet land. He's always, I don't think the guy ever sleeps. He's always up and around. So Christoph
uh,
is great talking to you. And
meeting is for later.
yeah, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, see
All
you.
right. See ya. Well, so folks, what do you guys think about that segment? Do you think we should keep that going? Would you want to participate on that segment? Because if you would, shoot me an email. If you go to uh, Facebook, I'm all over Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, if you go to cardboardcommander.com, you can send me a note from there. If you want to participate in the show, that would be really cool. So Stuka did mention something back here that kind of made me laugh. He said, "I have a bookcase. I have bookcases of shame games," and that's pretty funny. And Stuka, I'm sure I've seen your room. You look like you have a lot of games back there. So thanks again, everybody. Christoph, I want to thank you again for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you guys want to participate in roll call, give me a shout. Let's make it happen. So Vassal news, I've got a couple new games starting in Vassal. So one of my other War Game Challenge games is France 40. So I will be playing on Vassal with a gentleman from, I think he's from Maryland. We'll be playing France 40. So I'm looking forward to getting that started. We'll be starting that, I think, June 1st. And then I started, if you guys play ASL, I play the starter kit. The basic training magazine is good and it's out. And I'm going to play one of the scenarios in there, a paratroop scenario in there. So stay tuned for that. I'll kind of keep you up, but that's what's going on in Vassal right now. I'm finishing up a Battle of the Bulge game. That'll be done. And then I'll be looking to add one more. So if you want to play something on Vassal, let me know. These are usually played by email, so the games take a little longer to play, but it's also a little more at your own speed, whatever you want to do. So folks, I'm becoming a huge Compass fanboy. And it's kind of funny because I started looking at the stuff that I'm pre-ordering and talking to, and a lot of it's Compass games. And I was doing an unboxing this week of Death in the Trenches. I'm really looking forward to getting that out on the table. It looks like a great game, chit-driven, Ben Madison game. So I'm really looking forward to that. Western Front Ace, as you guys know, is one of my favorites. Enemy Action Kharkov, I love that game. I'm getting ready to play The Lamps Are Going Out. America Tank Ace is a great game. I've got 5 pre-orders happening. Combat. So I've never played that combat system, but Rough Swordsman talks about it all the time. So I ordered the Arnhem edition for that. I love the World War II Commander series. I have the Battle of the Bulge. I'm looking forward to getting Market Garden for that too. So that'll be kind of cool. Then the British Tank Ace is supposed to be amazing, and I'm sure Ted Brayton will have an online campaign thing going for that. If you guys haven't checked out his Western Front Ace and his American Tank Ace sites, he does a great job at setting up these campaigns. I'm a big fan of the Tide series games, Imperial Tide. I've got Pacific Tide. So Rebel Tide is the next one. Desert Front or Desert Tide, I think, is another one that's coming out. And then the last one I'm looking at is this Trench Raid, and that's a little out of my norm. It's kind of a RPG type game, I guess, is from what everybody's kind of describing it. So we'll see how that is. So America Bomber game, I have seen that, and it does look interesting. Is it just like I've seen? What are the other ones? Interceptor Ace and things like that, right? Is it based on that? Those sorts of things. Stuka. Right, exactly. And you know, their components on their game, Stuka, I really like their game components. You know, GMT, of course, always puts out a good product. VUCA, I think, stands heads above everybody right now when it comes to making components, but Compass does a really good job, and I'm yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting a pretty good collection of Compass games. So do you guys play them? Do you like to play them? Who are you a fanboy of? I know there's tons of GMT guys out there. I'm also I really like some Compass games. I've gotten the I'm an MMP fan as well. So oh, and then Flying Pigs has really been a company that that I've kind of looked into. I just got a Most Fearful Sacrifice. I'm looking forward to that. So okay, yeah, I like the Hunters too. That's great too. So Phoenix, I like watching your show too. I like watching your YouTube channel. So you guys should check that out if you get a chance. All right, so now we come to the topic, and folks, I can't believe I've gone this long. It's 28 minutes, so I'm going to try to get this done in about 10 minutes. So convention games, right? So I was watching. First, we were watching Punch. I was watching Ruff from PunchCon. I watched Stuka at that. He goes to a con in Spain, I think it is. I'm not even going to pretend to say the name. He does a great job at showing that off. I've been to Origins. I've been to a couple others. I was watching the Players Aid with Alexander and Grant, and they were talking about they were going to some convention. I think it was a smaller, just a personal convention type thing. But they were talking, and one of them said the only thing they want to do at conventions are play big multiplayer games. And oh yeah, BellodaCon. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm afraid I butchered it, but if I didn't, but I always like your coverage from there, Stuka. But he was talking about he always wants to play like big multiplayer games. And I don't know about you guys, I'm not a big fan of those, especially at a convention, because I go to a convention. There's a couple things that I want to try to get done at the convention. Is I usually have to play games either solo or over VASSAL, which isn't bad either. But I like playing games face to face when you can see your opponent, you can chat with your opponent, that sort of thing. So I like to play 2 to 4 player games, where I can get a couple of them in a day. When I go to conventions, I don't sleep. I want to play as much as I can because I don't get a chance to do that often. So I like to play late at night. I like to get as many games in as possible. And, you know, it's just one of those things that, and everybody's got their own agenda when they go to conventions, right? I met the Players Aid guys at Buckeye Game. I think that's where they were coming back from, was Buckeye Game Fest. And they seem like really great guys. I would love to meet them. And, so again, you know, I do like the idea of playing a monster game at a con, but if I do that, I want to be able to play a game where we can, if I'm going to play a monster game, we can set it up for 3 days and we play all 3 days, right? I don't know. So what do you guys like when you go to conventions? Do you like to play, you know, do you like to play a lot? Do you like to walk around and then play a little bit? Do you like to, you know, what's your goal? You know, I try to play games that I know I haven't played. You know, I look at my collection and go, oh man, you know, I would love to play this face to face because all I've done it is two-handed. It's kind of funny. Combat Commander I've never played the game face-to-face with anybody. I've only played it over Vassal, which is like playing face-to-face, but I've never pushed counters around and done anything, and I love that game. But yeah, there's a couple games. Paths of Glory is another one. I played it multiple times on solo. Thank you, Stuka Joe, for the solo system, and on Vassal, but I've never played it face-to-face, and I would love to play Paths of Glory face-to-face like that. So what do you guys think? What do you look for when you go to a convention? Tell me the conventions you'd like to attend. I will say, like Origins I went to, it was fun, not very war game related, a lot of RPG stuff and all that. And look, I'm cool with that too. I just don't play them. I don't think I have a good enough imagination to play them. So I've been looking to. I am going to try to go to Consim World in Dallas. I think is later this year. I'd like to go to SD HistCon in San Diego. That seems like a war game oriented. I would love to go to the Compass Warehouse, the GMT Warehouse events, the little smaller ones. That I think that'd be kind of cool to get to play players like that. Stuka says went to Consim World, great. Yeah, see, I've heard really good things about that, and that's the closest one to me, big one. It's only about 4 hours away from me, and so that's Origins is in Ohio, so it's a jaunt for me. But and I hear Gen Con's supposed to be really good too. I would like the board game. The one in Maryland is supposed to be good too, but I hear it's pretty competitive. I guess you do it, you make it the way you want to make it. But to me, nothing beats face-to-face. And like I said, I would love to play like a Paths of Glory, Stalingrad 42, any of the 40 series games. I would love to play any of those. Normandy, I've got, I think I've got 4 or 5 of them. I've got France, Holland. Any of the Seminich games I would like to play. Paths of Glory, I would love to play face-to-face. Let's see, what's Dave say here? So what's the name of that con, Dave? I don't know about that one. Yeah, and that's what I'd like too is people developing games and getting to see games in their early stages. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, so Robert, I've noticed that too. But what I try to do before I go to these cons is most of them have a Facebook page or they've got a form or something that you can go to and you can set stuff up. When I went to Origins, I did set up a game where I got to play Salerno, and I played. I don't know. There was one other game that I got to play. So because I will say it's just like anything else, right? So people are selfish when they go to these cons. They want to get as much gaming in and they want to game the game that they want to play. One thing I've never understood about going to a convention is playing with the same people you play with at home. You can do that at home and not spend the money of having to travel. If I go to a convention, I want to play with people I haven't played with before. I want to do that. But that's just me. Winterfest. I'll have to look that up, Dave, because I would love to go to one. And I like I attend a lot of these ASL tournaments, and a lot of those are fun. You don't have to be hardcore tournament mode for those. And I've always enjoyed going to those little tournaments too. But yeah, I would like to go to a con where I could set up Paths of Glory, particularly. I would love to just be able to play it all day and play a game of that. So multiplayer games, and it's kind of fun. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers here, but having 7 people wrapped around the table, and maybe I'm wrong here, so you guys can clue me in, because I'm going to preface this by saying I've never played either of these games. Is how long is the time between turns, right? So if you're one player, how long does it take everybody to play and get back to you? How engaged do you stay? I have watched Virgin Queen play, and those guys were having a ball. But again, it was after an ASL tournament, so it was midnight when they started the game. And I mean, it looked cool and everything, but it seemed like there was a lot of downtime. And if I'm playing a game, I don't want to have much downtime. I want to play the game. And then Alliance is the one on the left-hand side of the picture here. And the map looks amazing, but those are cubes. So how do you keep people from looking at your cubes? And I guess if you're playing these games, you don't really care if, you know, people see it. It's not a cutthroat game, but I don't know. I don't know. The big multiplayer games just don't appeal to me too much. So do they appeal to you? Do you like to play them? Do you like the idea of them? You know, shoot me a note, convince me otherwise. But you know, like I said, I don't know. It's not my thing. So folks, we are at the 36-minute mark. So I'm a little overwinded today. So again, I will ask you guys, I've had lots of people saying that they want the show to be an hour. I think I could do an hour, but again, I don't want to wear myself. I don't want you guys to get tired of the show. I like the fact that it's growing. We've got 21 people in here. I really like the fact that it continues to grow, but I don't want people to get tired of hearing my voice either. So do me a favor, go check out my YouTube channel at Cardboard Commander if you haven't already. Just like and subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff for me. That would be great. We've got a group on Facebook called Cardboard Commander. I've got a Discord channel, so if you want to join that, send me a link and I will send you an invite because the invites expire, so I can't post just a permanent link on there. I'm on X, and like I said, I've got my own web page as well, so you can go there and always see what's going on. I do a blog on there and that sort of thing too. So again, folks, I'm humbled by how many people are here. Really do appreciate you. I want you guys to have fun while you're out playing the game. And until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind, and happy wargaming.